Hi, I'm Ann Patrick, Sales Director with Mary Kay Cosmetics, and one of my beauty consultants was asking me about the brush sets and how to use them, and I realized that I didn't have a tutorial online for this, so here goes, all right? I just won a fantastic makeover contest with Mary Kay, and they had just launched all new eyeshadows and blushes, and that's what the contest was for, to get us familiar with our new color, which is fantastic and a lot of fun. But what I seriously fell in love with was our brush set that had been launched about 6 months before the new color had been launched. And if you are using the right tools, you are going to get a better look with your makeup. There's no doubt about it. So here we go. All right. So I had already washed my face. I had put a foundation primer on and our CC cream, which is our lightest coverage and the most natural looking. So if you're outdoors and you want to do that, that's great. I used to apply my CC cream and apply my foundation primer on the back of my hand, and then I just put it on like this. And once you put your brush to your face, try not to lift it up until you need more product. So I do it the same thing for both sides. All right. So now I love to have my CC cream on anyway because it has SPF. And you're supposed to use a teaspoon of sunscreen on your face. That's a lot in one product. So if I'm using the moisturizer with SPF, that's good, but it's not a teaspoon. And then I use my foundation primer, about a size of a large pea. I put that all over my face. Then I use the CC cream, which also has SPF. By the time I use those 3 products, I'm getting close to my teaspoon, so that's good. But I want to show you our new 3D anti-aging and age-defying foundations, and they are beautiful. And I'm using a matte foundation. So if you are using the luminous, the CC cream, it does give you a luminous kind of look. This will give you a more matte look if you want that over it, but you do still want the protection. All right, and you won't look like you're all caked up. Right now, this is really cool too. So there's another brush that Mary Kay just launched, which is another foundation brush. And so you're going, how many brushes does one need? Well, if you have the same foundation and want 2 different coverages, this one is going to give it a fuller coverage, and this is going to give it a lighter coverage. So if you want more natural, use the one that we've had on the line for a couple months. And if you want to have fuller, this is stiffer, more dense bristles, and that's going to give you fuller coverage. All right, since I already have foundation on, I'm going to use the lighter coverage because I don't want to look that heavy. All right, so when you are using foundation, you are going to pick one that matches right along here. I've already done the foundation match here, so you can see it just blends in totally, right? All right, so on the back of my hand, I'm going to put, a dab of that, because it doesn't have to be much because I already have found the CC cream on, all right? So, but this is going to be more specific to my color, and I want to give myself a matte finish. All right, so I start in the middle of my face, and now I'm not lifting, all right? This goes all around. And you see I covered that sunspot nicely. So brush number 1, the foundation brush. Try to put your foundation on with your fingers versus a brush. You're going to get, just as if you were painting your walls, you're going to get textured walls if you use your fingers. If you use a brush, you're going to get a smoother read. Now, underneath my eyes, you see those little sweet bags? Well, you just wait till you're 65. Okay, so what you want to do here is you're going to take a little triangle kind of situation, all right? This is cool that I'm doing this on the computer without my glasses. I might have to use a magnifying mirror when I get to my brows. We'll see. All right, so now I can take this brush. It's got a little point to it, and I'm just tapping. The other thing you can do is use our fantastic sponge. On the flat side, you can do that, and when you're getting into the corner, you can use the point. So either tool is absolutely great. Now I do have a sunspot over here that I want to cover. And I like to take the flat part of the sponge and just tap, all right? Much better, right? Okay, so now I've already done, you should see me without eyebrows. It's pretty pathetic. I swear my eyebrows went from there to there. So now this is brow gel. So there's a pencil that shapes your brow, and this sort of fills in and makes it look a lot more dramatic. Wait till you see this. So I am going to use this mirror. I hope that you can see what I'm doing. And I'm just combing this out. See the difference? Now, I did a pretty good job, but sometimes I don't do that great a job. And we have a little brush that is for eyeliner right there. But the other side is a mascara wand, all right? There's a little hair in there. I got to take that off. So I'm just going to brush right through there to give it, just make sure that the product is even. All right, so you can see it's actually a better color with my black, the hair that's still black, and this is a little warmer. But I like the warmer underneath so it's not like total solid black. I'm not going to do the other side because that just takes more time. All right, so now, so that's I'm going to go back to this brush when I get to eyeliner, okay? So now in the middle of my eye, I'm taking our blending brush, okay? This is a wide brush, and that's what I get a sweep of color for. And anytime I want to put shimmer on my eyes, I'm going to put it right here. It will make my eyes pop, and it's kind of fun. So I'm going to take this sort of mauvey color shimmer right here, sort of a browny pinky color. All right, now in the crease, a woman my age, and a lot of women, should not be using any shimmer because it's just going to make your eyes look crazy. So I'm going to take a sort of a, I'm going to take the gray because I'm wearing gray. It's called cashmere. All right, now look at this brush. See how it's angled? I take the tip of that angle and I start it right at the arch of my brow. It's perfect fit into my eye. And I sweep toward the outer corner of my eye. And then because it's a little thinner, I take it on the skinny part and bring it into the inner corner. And then I go back and forth like so. All right? Like a windshield wiper. Neat, right? Now I want to take a darker color. And I'll take, this is a color that my beauty consultants are obsessed with. Let me show you my beautiful compact, the way I have it filled. Isn't that neat? It all goes in with magnets. So I've got eyeshadows, I've got 2 cream to powder foundations, and our old bronzer, which we do have a contour color, which is great. And it takes less space, and so I could do another, but I had one of these, and so I don't throw anything out. So, okay, so I take a little bit of this, the tip of this brush, okay? So this is very multifunctional. I used it for that space here. Now I'm taking the tip right here, and I'm just gonna go along my lashes. And then I'm just gonna move the brush again, just to bring it up to the outer corner of the eye. All right. Then I also, if I want to have a smoky eye, I'm going to take the tip of that brush and I'm going to go run it underneath my eye like that. Right? You can see how much more expressive. Now, if I want to go back to give myself even more of a define. I can do an eyeliner, which I very often do. We have many eyeliners, but sometimes you just want to use the powder. And sometimes I use the powder over an eyeliner to set the crayon. So I'm going to take our Onyx color, it's black, and I'm just going to go, I'm going to use my magnifying mirror, and I'm just going to go right into the eyelash line. When you get a really skinny line right into your eyelashes, it's going to make your it makes your lashes look thicker. All right. So now I'm going back to that original brush where I did the sweep of color on my lower lid. I'm just going to take a little tissue or whatever. I'm going to, and then I'm going to just wipe that off. And I want to just blend everything together because I don't want to see where color starts and ends. All right. So that is great. So then there's another brush in the brush set that has it's a smudger brush. You can use it this way, the same way I did the tip of that brush, but I like to keep this brush for light colors and this brush for dark colors, okay? So now I'm going to take a highlighting color. I'm going to use Blossom. It's a matte color. You can do shimmer on the inside, the inner corner of your eye, and I just like to take it just on that very inner corner and just bring it around on that little knob. It really opens up your eye, see? Now for contouring. This brush I'm obsessed with. Okay, so there's a flat side, and see there's a pointy side. Okay, I'm going to take the pointy side with the contour color, and I'm going to just underneath my, from the edge of my ear, if I drew a line from the edge of my eye down there, this is where I go for the tip of the brush, all right? And it's a little more. So that just, and then I don't want those racing stripes, so I take the flat part of the brush and blend. Okay, now I'm going to take the blush that's pink. This one right here. This one's a little peachier, and that's orange. I'm not going to do that. I love that in the summer, but so I'm taking the pink, and I always like to take my finger and just go like that, and little short strokes right above. Right, and then I take my hairline and I just go right along here because I don't want to have a bunch of color here and then nothing up here. All right, now the big brush is great for setting my makeup. Okay, so you can do, you either use mineral powder, which is a color, or I can use a luminous powder. But I think that because I've got good enough coverage now, and I think I'm just going to use the luminous powder just to set my makeup. Oh, I forgot one brush. So I want to show you our concealer brush, all right? So we have a concealer brush that is very fabulous for underneath the eyes. And I like to use Mary Kay's Cream to Powder foundation for underneath. After I've done the corrector, I also like to take another little dose and give myself just a little bit more coverage because I need it. And this is also really neat if you've gone outside the lines here. It just cleans up that space outside your eye. Love that. Isn't that neat? Okay. Now, when I was doing the makeover contest, I realized that I did a whole bunch of women that were in their mid-60s, and their lip shape went away. And I went, oh my God, this is just not right. So I decided to highlight right around the outside rim of their lips so I could see where to actually go for lips. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a lighter concealer than my coloring would need to be, so I'm using the very light, and I'm putting it on the back of my hand like this, all right? And then I take the concealer brush again, all right, on the back of my hand. Sometimes I use the Cream to Powder foundation too. And now I take this and I just create a line on the outside of my lips. And a little bit more. I'm kind of at the bottom of this, so I like this because when this is clear, you know you're running low, and you know when to to call your beauty consultant. And so I'm running low on my concealer. Okay, the other part of this. And now I can see where my lip line is. All right. You can't see it on this video as much, but in real life you can see it looks like I just drank some milk. So I just tap with the bottom of my sponge to make that blend in. And then I take a lip liner. And again, I'm going to need this magnifying mirror, I'm pretty darn sure. Align my lips. Now, it was so easy for me to do that because I could see where I was going. I had, when you don't have a defined lip line, even if you're younger and some people just have that kind of lip that just sort of doesn't have a defined line. That's a really good trick for you too. So now I can just blend in. I can fill in. And now that I have all one color, I don't have to stay with red. I can just pick any color that I want to. Like say I want to make this a little bit more orange. I can take our True Dimensions in Arctic Apricot. See how orangey that is, right? And it just warms the color up a bit. I'm not going to go with mascara, but this gives you an idea of how to use all the Mary Kay brush sets. And I have to say, Mary Kay's brush set comes with 5 brushes. I used more than that. So the other ones are supplementary brushes. But these 5, the big brush in a store downtown is $52. Our whole brush set with a case is $55. So you've got your big powder brush, you've got your blush brush, which also works as like a contour. You've got your blending brush for your eyes. You've got your crease brush. You've got your smudger brush or your little dab brush for the inner corner. This whole brush set is $55. Then the supplementary brushes are the 2 foundation brushes. The one for fuller coverage is $16. The one for lighter coverage is $14. Then we also have the concealer brush that I put right here, and that is 10. And the eyeliner and mascara or the brow brush is 10. And there is another for powder foundation when you want to have fuller coverage with your powder. That's $14. So you can see our brush sets are great, and my sweet little sponge, which is great because it's so easily washed off and doesn't hold bacteria in the inner part of the sponge, is $12. So I hope this was helpful to anybody that is a beauty consultant, will know how to use the Mary Kay brushes. And if there's anybody watching this that is not a beauty consultant, all my tutorials are free. Can't wait to get together with you. So I'm now going to turn this thing off. Here we go. Stop. Bye.